Not only do these people cause a shooting in my old hometown of Las Vegas, Nevada, but they also simultaneously ruined the reputation of two of my all-time favorite comic book characters. Fucking hell, I hate you people! So last week we had the Slender Man stabbing, and that was basically two 12-year-olds lured one of their friends they had over for a sleepover into the woods and stabbed this person almost to death because they wanted to sacrifice her to the internet creepypasta character called Slender Man, one of the stupidest urban legends I've ever fucking heard. That's ridiculous enough. Now, in my old hometown, two meth heads who were obsessed with Harley Quinn and the Joker and government conspiracy theories and trying to overthrow the system shot up a pizzeria, killing two cops, and then ran into a Walmart and shot someone there while he was trying to defend the other shoppers before they killed themselves in the Walmart. What in the fuck is going on with this goddamn world? You see, already I know how the media is going to spin this. They're going to try to make everyone who likes comic books and especially has a bit of an obsession for comic books, if you notice the wall of comics back there behind me, seem like a psychopathic dork who sits in the dark corner of a dark room reading these things as if they were an instruction manual on life, and that all of us are conspiracy theorists and none of us have real lives and we all want to overthrow our government. Kind of the same way the media tried to portray people who like violent video games over non-violent video games, or people who have an affinity for rap music over other styles of music. It's all propaganda bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. Rest assured, the anti-gun crowd has already gone nuts over this one, and this story's only a day old. Folks, guns aren't the problem here. Comics aren't the problem here. Video games aren't the problem here, and music isn't the problem here. People are the problem. The fact that these people liked to emulate two violent characters in comic books has no bearing on those comic books. It's those individuals' inner desire to be crazy fucktards that is what drove them to do what they did. As an avid comic book collector myself, I find it an utterly absurd notion that a comic book itself could ever influence somebody to murder another human being. Comic books are just a hobby for collectors and a source of entertainment for the casual reader. They're not instruction manuals on how to become a murderer just as much as video games are not an instruction manual on how to become an assassin. Let's not forget that these two people were not only meth addicts but white supremacists as well, who obsessively posted their disdain for the United States government all over their Facebook up until the end. Not only that, they were heavily delusional, they owned multiple copies of that shitty book, The Anarchist's Cookbook, regularly visited gun range to practice their mediocre shooting skills, and knew full well what the hell they were doing. Guns were used in this, but they weren't the problem. These people's desire to kill people, that was the problem. And unfortunately, it took the lives of three innocent fucking people. I don't like the police just as much as the next person, and I don't trust my government just as much as the next person. But that does not mean I'm going to pick up a fucking gun and shoot a cop because I don't trust police or the government. What you bastards did is inexcusable. These two guys were on their break from work, just having some fucking lunch. The guy in the Walmart, he was probably picking up a gift for one of his kids for their birthday. You killed these three innocent fucking people for no other reason than that you were living in a delusional fucking fantasy world and you couldn't get the fuck out of it. And on top of that, you've made sure that now the media and the government, if it feels a way to exploit this for its benefit, will demonize and stigmatize comic books and those that read them forever. So great, now I get to be fucking looked at weird because I have a hobby of collecting comics. Great. You people friggin' suck. I knew this was gonna fucking happen. I knew that eventually two assholes were gonna take the Joker and Harley Quinn's character and try to emulate the things they do in their comics in real life, and think they could get away with it, and think there'd be no friggin' backlash. This is why I'm glad that in the most recent Batman movie, Nolan didn't put in a Harley Quinn Joker storyline. Not only that he couldn't because of Heath Ledger's untimely death, but just because shit like this would happen. They're influential characters to very feeble-minded people, and that really sucks, and this kind of shows that. But see, that's the difference between the average comic book reader and somebody who's an idiot who wants to do these things anyway and to just scapegoat it on one of their hobbies. Ugh. I can't believe this had to happen in my hometown. I mean, Vegas gets enough bad press being Vegas as it is. I can't believe this had to happen in my hometown.